Hey guys, welcome back to Wise Kracks. Jon Orlando and I, a few tables away from each other. He's over there in Steroidville. He's over there on the other side of the Superbook. I'm on this side. Westgate Superbook. Love this place. 108 juice. John Murray just texted me. I wanted to confirm. Yeah, 108 juice on the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. That's unbelievable. Means you lay 108 instead of 110. We appreciate them for letting us film over here.
Is it really for those us laymen, for us novice players?
Yep.
Is it really that big of a deal? Minus 110 versus minus 108.
On volume, it is, But John, I got to be blunt with you. I'll be real blunt, man. So we were going to talk about this, and we'll talk about it now. I was over at Virgin, which had zero juice the other day. You came over there actually for a little bit to get some free food, and you brought some of the boys over there. So, yeah, and John was over there with me. There was really nobody there, and that's zero juice up to 3,000. So
unbelievable.
So the answer is, if they're not going to go over there and bet 100 to win 100, are they going to come over here and bet 108 to win 100? No, they'd rather go with the sites that have their favorite entertainer or comedian or football or basketball retired player or whatever and listen to that, I guess. But on volume, long term, I can tell you one thing. This place takes bets here. And I take a nice chunky check out of here every year. I talked about that recently on a show. I usually leave my money in all season long and take it out at the end of the season. They're really good to me. And they're really good with filming, too. You walk into this casino, and there's signs at every entrance. If you are in this casino, you'll agree to filming. So they have, filming going on all the time. I'm pretty friendly with their media guys. And, you're in the Superbook. You're in the Superbook. Look at John's view. Look at John Murray. Look at John. Look at Jon Orlando's view. You're in the Superbook. You're in the one of the most unbelievable sports books in the world.
Iconic, really.
It's iconic. It really is. So anyway,
Crack, I was telling you, I watched Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas in this sports book when I was going to UNLV back in 1990. Is that crazy?
It's crazy that you wasted the education. But however, at least you went, you stayed in town, and you got to see that 40-1 dog. That was one of the early sports. That had to be, I don't know, even Randy would know. Was that 35 years ago? Oh, that was like 1990 or something, right?
90, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the event that made Jimmy Vaccaro famous. He was the only one that booked it.
Yeah.
Really?
No, it's amazing. It's amazing.
He was the only sports manager that would book it. And he made the Mirage a fortune because everybody bet Tyson. They were betting everything they had on Tyson, and he moved it from what it was, a 35-1 all the way up to 40-something one.
Yeah.
February 11th, 1990. I just looked it up.
1990. I thought it was like 1990.
Yeah.
I was dating my wife, sitting at her house with her parents. Her dad was a boxing guy like me, so I remember that. Tyson was feeding the pigeons in Japan. He wasn't focused. It was really something. So I'm mad at Randy, too. I'm mad at everybody. I'm not really in the best mood. Yeah, Randy just tells me now, oh, Bill, that big Blackjack Machine, the Blackjack promotion up here is no longer there. We were going to tell the guest about it, but he didn't even tell me. He's got my Masters hat on. I'm debating now whether to put him on suspension or give him the new Masters hat when I get in 2 weeks. But, yeah.
So you're always welcome to come here. I told you it was here.
Let me ask you something. Can you say, since it's over, what's the edge in that, Randy? Why is someone interested in a blackjack machine? By the way, if it wasn't for blackjack machines, none of you guys would know Bill Krackomberger. That's how I first started Advantage Play. Go ahead, Randy. What was the situation?
And if it wasn't for blackjack machines, none of you guys would probably know me either.
Wow.
So I've played so many hands of blackjack machines. So
wow, I didn't know that.
On this particular one, it was a 99.9 version of the blackjack, where the blackjack pays 3-2, and it had
surrender.
Had early surrender, but not. It had late surrender, but not early.
I was the early surrender's sick.
Did not have,
Oh,
otherwise it would have been over 100% if you
Yeah.
had surrender.
yeah.
And you could only double down on 10 and 11, unfortunately. I played
So
them
how
where you can double down in 2 cards, but
can it be a 99.9 then, Randy? Why is it so high?
single deck,
Single deck. Okay, I didn't know that. All right.
6-card win.
6-card automatic. Used to be 5-card Charlie. Call 6-card Charlie. Yeah.
So yeah, it had all those rules, double after
And-
split 2 on 10, 11.
All right. Cash back comps, that kind of thing. That's why.
Oh, yeah, it was set high at the beginning, and then it's gradually gotten worse on the points and the free play and everything.
All right. How much did you clip them for? You could tell us.
Yeah, I think last month or so, probably good, right around 30, 40, probably. Okay.
30, 40,000?
Yeah.
This guy.
Hey, John, I'll yell across the sports book. When Randy comes to town and threatens us for the free meal that we had Richie Wilk pick up, he's really picking it up this time. Jesus,
Yeah.
Mary and Joseph, 30, 40.
We can't be wasting comps with Richie Wilk when we got Randy on with us. Like, what are we doing?
Mary and Joseph. Good job, Randy. I knew you had something going on there. I knew you weren't shaved, showering, you had a beard. I knew something was going on. He wasn't leaving. But no, good job. And I actually put it on Twitter.
And I still have a shot at a 30K drawing this Saturday. So
Not after they see this show and you're an advantage gambler. They won't. I do my rounding. Guys, I was backed off from the Wynn. They were giving me $1,000 a week for me and $1,000 under my wife every week. But I had a good amount of money that I won, so they finally took it away from me. And I'm allowed to go in, allowed to play, just no cash back, or no promotions up front. But the reason why I say that is I do my rounding now. I have like 3 or 4 spots. Randy goes to one of the Bucket of Bloods with me, a bad section of town. But they give me like between $600 and $750 a week, depending on what my cash back was. But they give me $500 to walk in. They give him $500 too. So I've been losing there. Lost $2,000 there the other day. I lost at South Point. I get some bonus days and some things. I lost a couple thousand. I was 8,000 in the hole doing my rounding since I got backed off from the Wynn. Kind of really upset myself a little bit because I was in such a good mode with the Wynn. Won a lot of money at the Wynn. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ran lucky though with a lot of things, but I really won a lot of money at the Wynn. So I like to be in a good positive mode. And sure enough, I go to the Tuscany, which is a little place over there. And inside the Tuscany, I got dealt a 4-to-1 royal on a hand that was on an 8-time multiplier, which I said on Twitter and said online. It's almost like the line in Casino with Robert De Niro when he says, "This cannot happen, will not happen, can't happen." What's up, my man? All right. Guy gave me a little high five there on the way by. I wanted to say hello. And I just couldn't believe that I got 4-to-1 royal and got 2 royals out of 11. John, Randy, I don't know the odds, but I would think it's got to be because the 8 times only comes up maybe once or twice per session, Randy. And to get 4-to-1 royal and to get 2 royals, it's got to be in the millions, right, Randy? I would think.
Yeah, it's very high odds. I would have to calculate it.
25-cent machine. I won $16,000. I was actually happy. I was playing that type of machine over at the Wynn. I was playing a pretty
That was
high
this
machine.
year you hit that or last year?
That was 2 days ago. 2 days ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so John's going to come over and ask for a loan. John, I gave it away already. Charity. Yeah.
What was that? The game you were playing, wasn't it like double super times?
Actually, it was 8-6 jacks or better, a 99.2 game.
Yeah.
They also have bonus poker, which was 98.9, 99.2% return. But with the cash back, by the way, it's a very small promo because they give me $125. They do give me comps still. The restaurants are great. The bistec is great. Coffee shop's great. Great pancakes. One of the best in the city. Las Vegas Street Journal said. I wouldn't know. But yeah, so anyway, I like the place. It's a little, it's on Flamingo there. And I go there every week. I was probably about even because I hit 2 royals for $4,000 each. probably about even their lifetime. But last time I was in there, I know I won $500. But the time before that, I did lose like $1,000. So I'll have a max loss there. When they have the bonus days, you get an extra $50 cash back on Mondays. So it was Monday, and just giving them a little bit of play. You know what, Randy? I haven't told no one this yet. So I go to the machine. You get, for every so many points, you get an extra $10. You know, it's funny. I needed 170 points to get the last $10, which I thought I ran it through already. You know what happened, right?
That's
If I didn't have the 170 points to go, which is to run through minimal money, that's when I hit that royal. It's just sometimes things are in the like. It's just if you put that in the equation, it might be in the billion to one, as Ace Rothstein would say. But listen, I want to talk about a couple things. One thing is, because I don't want to just talk about the Wynn and put them in a bad light. First, I want to talk about the Westgate where we're at. So Westgate, there's a little bathroom around the corner here. I recommend going to the other one, though, in the main part of the casino, which is the old one where the cage is, the big bathroom there. They just can't keep up to this bathroom here. It's a little tiny bathroom, hole in the wall, right by the door, which is always dangerous to have a bathroom by the door. So I don't recommend that one. But sure enough, what happens? I'm in the bathroom. No one's there. And a guy comes in whistling and singing. I said, oh, boy, this guy's one. Well, then he relieves himself. And he starts making so many noises like he was drunk or something. I was like, this can only happen at the Westgate. It's not even, people aren't even drinking yet over here. But anyway, so I was just over at my, just to let you know how life is, though. We'll get back to the Wynn in a second. You know, the ADD, I'm all over the place. I was just over at my buddy Al's at, John, look at the size of this guy. He's like 7 foot tall there. Look at the size of that guy.
I know.
More than that. It's got to be like 7'2".
He's going to be right
here. Look at that guy.
Right there.
Holy
right there.
God. Yeah. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. what, I want to know who he's betting. He knows the players.
He was on the Clippers in '78.
No kidding. So I was at my buddy Al's just now doing a podcast, and one of the show's regulars that comes to the shows, he's complaining about one of my partners gave him a baseball game, a college baseball game that he had over 10 runs, and it was the fifth inning 0-0, saying how bad it was, and then meanwhile the partner was just telling me, how can that guy complain? I gave him 3 weeks in a row. I gave him one game. It won all 3 weeks. So then sure enough, everyone goes the wrong way. I just got a call. The game 7-7 in the ninth inning. Like, this is why you can't satisfy people. You're 3-0. You're an advantage sports player. We get thrown out of every sports book. I'm thrown out of Caesars, thrown out of States. I can go on and on. And, here we got it. You're getting syndicate plays, wise guy syndicate plays, and you're complaining because it's 0-0 in the fifth. You just can't deal with civilians. You just can't.
And it ended up winning, though, right?
It's winning, but yeah, you can't deal with civilians, though. Don't even give them game. It's one game.
Yeah.
You can't, it's just, but let me go back to the Wynn. So let me tell you something. I just told you about that they backed off me as a winner. Let me just tell you, though, Barona Casino and the Wynn. Verona's in California, and the Wynn, of course, is here in Vegas. I think they have the best 2 levels of customer service anywhere. It's like anywhere you go, it's like white glove treatment that you get from the Wynn and Barona. Whenever I go to Barona down there, it's like a cult. It's like you walk through a door, and it's just like a cult. So everyone just, hello, hi, how are you? Everyone's
waving. You got the cowboy guy that waves to you as you come in.
I'm going to die here.
Don't die on us. Don't die on us.
I got it with that one. I used to go to Barona a lot, so I'll fill in a little bit about. They have decent stuff there, and they let you gamble for a while. But if you play
that in San Diego?
Yeah, it's up in the hills in San Diego. It's
okay.
Probably, I don't know, 25 minutes from the airport or so. And
wow, you got me. I can't believe you knew that. That's exactly right.
Roger.
On the way in, there's a guy out on the road. His job, he gets in trouble. He gets fired if he doesn't wave to every person. And it's like that slow wave, like the downtown sign used to have, or the Marlboro Man, or something. I mean, I can't believe you knew that, Randy. You
Oh,
knew
yeah.
it. Got me.
I always used to wave back. I was probably one of the few guys.
I always wave. You think it's bad luck if you don't wave. You
Yeah.
gotta wave. You know. John, you were never there. None of your escapades.
I may have been at Barona once with my dad, maybe was it open in the late 90s, Barona,
Yes.
or no? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we worked there one time in the late 90s.
It's
I
one of
like
the
how I
best
look at you
casinos.
there instead of here.
I played in
Yeah.
$1 million winner take all blackjack tournament there.
I was there. Randy, I was there. Downstairs,
There you
right in the
go.
elevator, go separate room.
Yeah. Yep.
$1 million. A junket rep got me in. I can never be in those things again. I was
You had to
undercover
play
back
so
then.
much coin through though. We played a ton
God.
just to get in that. And if
They-
I remember right, the year before that we played in the second year, they had it the first year. Of course, the person that won it probably didn't need it. One of the Maloof brothers won it.
Unbelievable. And by the way, I know a couple of those guys. Gavin's a good guy.
Yeah.
Good. I like those guys. Those guys are gamblers. George Maloof, he had a lot of gambles from Gavin. Yeah, no, that was wow. You got me there. All right. But they have good level. Do you notice everyone inside though, Randy, how friendly they are? At
Oh,
Verona?
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
Unlike
they
any
want you
casino
to
in the
come out
world.
there.
In the world, every casino should learn from them. The model casino should learn from that casino property. And the Wynn is right there. Look, see what a sport I am. You guys
And their
throw me
main
out, get rid of me.
consultant's that Max Rubin is his name.
Yeah, you know what?
You know, he
I got a
kind
little
of
bone
ruins
to
some
pick.
people, but yeah.
I got a little bone to pick with him. So let's not, he's in there consulting, throwing off the blackjack. By the way, I'm one of them, and I'm still giving them good credit. I'm not allowed to play blackjack there. Max Rubin throws anyone out, tells them to throw people out that count, but yet he can go around counting everywhere and win the money. But hey, whatever, it is what it is. I'm not really so mad, but I was at the Playboy Mansion one time and at a big party with my buddy Pat Trafficant. God bless him. Pat died last year, and I brought Pat to the Playboy Mansion with me, and it was a great time. They had a big party there, and next thing I know, it was a party for a poker party. A couple stars were there. Really good comedian. Boy, he's great. Oh my God, that guy's so good. I can't think of it. He's a big star now. But who else was there? There was the guy, big director, John something. Who directed Swingers? Come on,
Jon Favreau?
Orlando. Yeah, Jon Favreau. He was in there like a tough guy with sunglasses and a cigar, thinking he's John fucking Gotti. I cursed again. I didn't curse for
It's okay.
150 shows.
2 in a
I like
row.
it. I like
Favreau,
it.
Favreau was in there like he's a tough guy. But the comedian was fantastic. He's been here in town. Oh, so cool, man. He's so funny. Black guy. I can't think of his name. Oh, my God. I love the guy. He's so good. Anyway.
He
to
was
go
in
back to what I was
Swingers,
saying.
or you just mean
No.
just to? Oh, okay.
No, he was at the party. He was the host of the party. He was so funny. He had his own residency here for a couple years. You know what I'm talking about?
George Wallace.
Nope, no. Thin guy.
Tommy Davidson.
We'll get to him. No, much more famous
Sinbad.
than him.
Sinbad.
No, much more famous than him. Yeah.
Mark Curry.
No, I like him too, though.
I want to get this.
I love Sinbad too. I love these guys. But anyway, let me just tell you though. So going back to the Playboy Mansion, you understand what happened here? The big party going on, all these things. They had naked girls everywhere. Paint things. They could paint your. I brought a secretary with me from New York. She was secretary of the magazine that I was the gaming editor for. And, she was like, next thing I know, she's naked. It's a girl I see 5 times. John, this is a girl I see 5-6 times a year in the office on 27th and Park. Next thing I know, she's walking around topless. I was like, wait, what? She was, I'm going to get painted. I was like,
body
okay.
painted in the mansion, yeah.
Oh, okay. In the Cove. They had a Cove body painting thing.
Yeah.
I just see. Anyway, it was a sick.
I can even tell you the
think?
body painter is Mark Frazier is his
Wow.
name. Mark Frazier.
It was a guy. What do you think Pat Trafficant's doing? Playing heads up blackjack with Max Rubin. I was like, Pat, wait a minute, Pat. That's Max Rubin you're playing against. He's like one of the best in the world. He's gonna steal your money. And Max got a little mad at me, but I got a little mad at him, and the game broke up real quick. I can tell you that. But Max beat him. Heads up, blackjack. I mean, I just, oh my God, what a story. That was just a spontaneous story, guys. I mean, so sick. Secretary, naked with it in photos. I bring Pat to the parties playing heads up, blackjack with Max. Hey, Randy, you could see Pat doing that, right? Pat had some gamble to him. You could probably see him doing that, right?
I definitely could see that. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Sure.
So crazy. So, one of these guys was ranting about the early check-in fees over at one of the properties. And I was like, what does that mean, early? So you could check in earlier than 4 o'clock. You could check in. And, I just don't like that now if you check in at 1 o'clock, you're charging me fees. I mean, these places are out of their minds. John, you ever hear of that? I keep, John's 4 tables away from me.
It's crazy.
I keep on wanting to yell over to him. Yeah.
No, that's crazy. I mean, yeah.
Check-in fees, check-in early.
You're nickel and diming
the
clients. Why? Like,
it just,
water's
really
$10. Like, you don't have to nickel and dime us. You're already going to win.
You can work around that. You give the girl some buck.
It's a charge unless you're at a certain card level, usually at all the strip properties.
No, you're right. It is. But the Caesars properties, so they try to gouge you in every way. Resort fees going up, bar prices and stuff. It's funny. I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts. I was actually in the Patreon area, Miles to Memories. They're talking about a bartender recognition and taking care of bartenders. My friend Kevin from Boston, he does that. He's always make sure he sends bartenders here. He knows them because they know him. One is at what's the little property on oh boy, it's over by Colville there. It's a real good property. The beer garden there. It's been there. Ellis Island. So Ellis Island, he knows his waitresses there, waiters there. He's really good there. But I also go in there, so I like that little place though. But the reason why I say it.
Great barbecue.
Great barbecue. And they're doing the whole place over, though. So the reason why I say it, though, I don't drink, but I don't go to bars. But it's good when you have waitress recognition. She knows to go right up to you and to give you, she knows to do, like, she knows your seizure. She comes right away with 2 large bottles of water for me. And that, like, they know I don't like certain waters I don't like. I don't like Fiji. I don't like Evian. But there's some places in town that have, like, Voss, which I love. They'll have certain kinds of water I like, but if not, I like regular house water, nothing special. So waitress recognition is really big because I like knowing that I'll call it bartender because the bartenders know who you are right away. And, they don't have to turn that little, and you would know this, Randy, more than me because I know you like to drink big time. The little switch on the machine they turn on or something that it has to go green before you can get a drink.
You got to play so much through now before they can comp you a drink, unless they know that you're a player when you first walk up.
I would think that cuts into the bartender's tips. It's like, even though it's not their fault, I would think it cuts into the bar because the bartender's bosses are the ones telling them that, you're giving away too many drinks for free. I'm guessing that's what happens. And, so I would think that would happen, but it's good to have bartender recognition. And like I said, that's got to be a hard job. Everyone's telling you their war stories. Everyone's telling you how much money they lost in Vegas. They can't win. And but I would think you do get tipped if you're playing at a bar and they hit a good jackpot or hit a royal, especially if you have some loyalty to that brand. Yeah, and there are some times that you get good promotions, right, Randy? Good progressives, at the bars.
Oh, definitely. There's definitely good progressives at some bars, and the right bartender makes really good money. I mean, they get good regulars in there, and they, that's one of the better jobs in a casino.
Okay, that's cool. Guys, I got to tell you, I took someone to dinner yesterday. I put a note on my phone. I took a buddy to dinner. I'm gonna torture him. I told him I was gonna. I took a buddy to dinner. I take him every week. He's a legendary guy too. No, it's not Tony Orlando. But I took a guy to dinner, and he says to me, I was telling him about being backed off from Caesars. How I'm not allowed to play on the app anymore. He goes, Well, don't they know? And this guy knows everything about me. He's been a guest on our podcast. Don't they know you're going to lose in the end? Okay, whoa. Time out. Time out. What did you say? I said, lose in the end. I'm paying for dinner every week. You haven't paid for a single thing ever. You know what I mean? And but what happens when the bill comes, you're gone, usually in the bathroom, which is fine. I'm going to pay anyway. You guys know me. I'm not going to let anyone pay. You go to dinner, I'm paying. But I was like, wait a minute. Where do you think the money comes from? What do you think? He's like, oh, well, I know. Yeah, you do win. I guess you do win. I guess, but I just, he's a little bit older. Got to give him a pass. We will give him a pass.
I was going to say you might have got a comp meal today if you had hung around Don DeMarco's. I did that one time.
No, we got it. We did get comp. They
okay, you did get some good food today.
Yeah, no, we did get comp. I was like, wow, you hang around me, I'll take you to dinner every week. What do you think? By the way, we go to like top joints. I'm paying $200 a week for your dinner, and you're saying you're going to get. I don't get it. Anyway, casinos throw you out. Listen, casinos throw Joe Publix out. I said it before. Guy, Atlantic City, Caesars Atlantic City. They threw a guy out that won 9 times in a row playing craps. I either 9 or 10 times he told me, and I checked it out. I verified it. I just didn't remember what he said. Listen, he didn't even do anything. All he did was a big player. He won about $1 million. I know he won a lot of money, but he won 50,000, 80,000. Yeah, playing craps, and he just ran lucky. The guy ran lucky, but these casinos will throw you out. If you have the old antique management that they're the guys that kick the dealers under the table, get the dice out. Let's go. Now, they don't realize that the game's only a 1.5% game. People can get lucky a little bit. But this guy was a strategy guy. He played. I know what he played because he told me too. He just played nonstop come bets. So when there was a good line, he played pass line, full odds. He played full come bets, not just 2, and they threw him out. Yeah, it's unbelievable, right?
There's a casino company here in Blackhawk, the Lodge and the Gilpin. They throw out the most random people I've met in my whole life. Unbelievable. I mean, we would open up a casino if we knew they would come in and play like they did at these places. I mean, you wouldn't believe the people they've thrown out of this place that I've met in just the sickest management I've ever seen in my life.
Some of these guys, you would let them count cards in your garage. They think they can count cards, right?
In fact, my friend got kicked out, and he has a negative win-loss on his statements, and he's been backed out of there.
Really?
Unbelievable. A negative. Do you believe that? I mean, what's wrong with these places? Unbelievable. Casino management will never amaze me. Sometimes never cease to amaze me, I should say. Anyway, listen, we know it's the Sweet 16. We know we got the tournament going. Before I ask Randy, because it really gets tough this time of the year. But let me first talk about heritagesports.eu. Heritagesports.eu, free contest. Still, they have some contests. A baseball back and a 10-cent line. That's right. A 10-cent line, through-A lines. Listen, it's so important to have a 10-cent line in baseball. I love these places, but a lot of them went to wide lines. This place is in town now to charge minus $1.50, come back $1.20. I mean, just use a mask and a gun. I mean, it used to be minus $1.50, come back $1.40. They're out of control. So Heritage been around for 30 years. They have cash back things, deposit bonuses. They've like I said, I've known those guys for many, many years, decades. heritagesports.eu. And let's go into now we have another subject matter here. And Robert, did you send this to us on our Wise Kracks? We want to know what their big question is here. Last week's segment was really good. It's WagerWire, and now this is going to be spontaneous now. I want to see what's going on for this particular ticket here. It's a 3-leg future parlay. Eagles to win the NFC. Now, wait a minute. That's a winner, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I wanted this because I thought it was something new. Second leg is Alabama to win the tournament. Ooh, God. I don't know. Alabama to win the tournament. So they got 13-1, and Scheffler to win the Masters. Oh, God. Jesus. Wait a minute. Sheffield to win the Masters alone. I know it's 5-1, but I can never bet 5-1 shots. So the original odds, let's see what they so it's plus. Is that let's see what it is, $500 to win 272,000. So that's 50. That's 500 something to one, 545 to one to win that. Actually, I messed this up, John. You were supposed to bring this in. I didn't see the notes.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
no. Of course, they'd love for John to bring it in, since he is far more speculative. It's far more speculative, and maybe John's a little more speculative. So, however, yeah, I brought it in, so that's the way it's going to go. John, let me ask you now. This particular one, I know John would have to take the buyout here. Can you put that up again, the buyout, please? Can you put that number up there again and see what John and Randy think?
There you go. So yeah, $500 wager, total payout is 272,000, but the value on the ticket right now is 2,717.
All right,
No, I'm letting that. You can't
$500
sell it
bucks. $500 because the Eagles won, so you could get back 2,717. I was just
No way.
I was
You
just-
got to go
I
for
admit
it.
it. I was looking at the numbers here. So the second one, oh boy, Alabama. You know what? If it goes, it would have to go, deeper for even. Of course, if John's telling you that, of course that I think Randy and I, we're not settling for $2,700. Do you agree, Randy?
No.
Yeah, I agree. To wait, Alabama is a favorite in this next
They're a
game.
favorite. They're five and a
They
They
half.
look
Five and a
good
half.
too.
They're
So,
a 5.5
oh.
point favorite.
By
and
the way,
they got one of my favorite players in the tournament. He's from North Dakota, the big Grant Nelson. I've actually met his parents. So
maybe
big
after
fan.
this game and see what the offer is. It's like deal or no deal. But WagerWire, our sponsor here, one of our co-sponsors, and it's an interesting subject matter here. Again, I'm just looking to see, even if they get there, even if they were to get there at the odds that they are, I don't know. I probably can't. I can't buy out, especially this early. I mean, listen,
no way.
what's their chances of, I understand, beating Duke and making it to the Final Four? Boy, the ticket's probably.
But that's why you made the ticket to begin with, though.
Guys, would it
You
change
gotta
anything
go
for
for it.
you if you knew that this was a bonus bet that was made? So they didn't put any of their own money up. What if it was a bonus bet?
Okay. So a bonus bet, I have a little more gamble to me. You're right, but it's real money, though. It's real money, but I understand why people could have more gamble. It's tough to win 4 games, but is it realistic that Bama beats upsets Duke? I'm reading these things here, man. They'd have to. There's a lot of math involved here in this one, and I like doing things spontaneously, though. But I look at this right away. I'm done reading it. I look at it right away. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till they even win their next game. I'm not in this to win 5 times my money. I'm going to wait. So that's an interesting subject matter. Randy, do you have anything that, or John, you want to say something? I see you open your mouth.
Well, I was just going to say, I watched all the games all day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. First time in my life I have watched that much basketball. I'm always down on basketball. I'm kind of on the same page as you, Crack. Just watched the last minute of the game. Who cares? I actually enjoyed it. I watched with you over at Virgin, my buddies George and Ghost from MMA Junkie Radio, and I really got into it. I don't want to say I'm a fan. That might be too much, but I'm headed that way, Randy.
Yeah, college basketball, a guy can, especially tournaments, a guy can watch and, you get into the excitement of it. I was at a couple games. That was a lot of fun too. So I don't mind watching during that time. During the season, very little watching for me.
Now I will tell you, now it gets tougher and tougher now. Sweet 16, Elite 8. Do you have anything, Randy, going into these games? Anything you lean to, or you kind of, like me, you bet less and less, I would think?
Couple dog bets that I've made so far. Arizona +9 versus Duke. Can even find a better line
Yeah,
now.
I see 9.5.
Seems like the freight train's coming in with the Duke money. They're getting the public the money. So I'm against them there. Also like Michigan getting +9 against Auburn team that hasn't been looking that impressive. So I like that one there. Michigan pulled out of Denver here, made it through, some good close games they won. They got a very experienced coach that was at Florida Atlantic. He did a very good job. They play that same system, very close games, and I think they'll give Auburn a good game and even have a shot to win there.
Okay, so you got a couple games for the people. You know what? I want to tell you something. I will not be betting Duke. 108 juice here. Trying to think what the line is here, but I guess I won't be betting Duke. I know someone else that leans Duke in that game, and it's possible we get a 10. That's right, a 10 here in town, closer to game time. So let's bring on my buddy Marcus down at the Masters. Well, down in Augusta. Marcus is in Augusta, and over at the Azalea House. I believe your hand is on the count. There's the Azalea House in the background, and he's got his Masters shirt on. What's going on down there? The reason why I ask, you're down in Augusta now. I wanted to bring you on for a few minutes just to find out. So if someone right now says, you know what, it's my bucket list, I'm going to go, I want to go, can they still call you and get a room and tickets and just in ballpark, give me an idea of what they should do there, Marcus.
Yeah, rooms. We have a contact for rooms. We're sold out of rooms, but we can help that way for sure. Tickets we're not. And the day is Sunday, right? Like the final day. Like that's the day. That's the day that I would recommend.
That's the slower day.
No,
right?
Yeah, it is. It's a little. It's odd. The corporations don't spend on those days. They're at home, but the John Q. Public fan, and some of your foreign folks that come from overseas and different places, they enjoy the Sunday as well. So, and then a lot of guys bring their kids and create that Masters over the years. Going with your dad thing.
Okay, so I'm last minute Louie. I never even asked you for a room. I never asked you for a cart. Are we sold out? Is everything done? Am I not even? You got a bed?
No. We still have tickets, Crack.
Right. Yeah. Screw the tickets. I need a place to stay. Jesus.
Yeah, the hotels are just crazy expensive. But there's there's definitely a few around. Like if we know where to go, where to send you. But the tickets, we have plenty of tickets.
Good.
And we have scooters too, Crack.
Good.
Just for you.
All right. And now, how do they get a hold of you, Marcus? Give the people a website or a phone number or something. You can go right to the website, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You go right to the website, azaleahospitality.com. And then the number's 205 Masters. So 205-627-8377.
That's an easy phone number. So listen, Marcus knows his business here. He's been down in Augusta for many, many years doing this, and he's the go-to spot. I know a lot of people that go through him, and I just wanted to give him a shout out since the Masters is 2 weeks away. It's 2 weeks away, folks. Is that right? It's the 7th to the 10th, right?
So, Crack, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Who's going to win?
13th. We just talked about one of our sponsors. We just talked about them, WagerWire. This guy bet the Eagles to win to get to the Super Bowl, and his parlay is Scotty Shetler to win the Masters. And I don't know, he's the favorite. Like I can't take a 5-to-1 shot. I just can't. It's ridiculous. But I got to be honest with you. Normally when I'm down there, we play the matchups. It's hard to bet futures because there's so much juice involved in these futures. But there is a sports book here in town that does, only charge like 12% out of the pool instead of normal 25 to 50%. Do you have any good information for our guys as far as the winner goes right now? Are you just nervous here? I know you don't want to give out any inside information. You have anything?
I mean, that Auburn kid
Yeah, I've heard a lot of love for him.
Oh man, I love
he
that
got
kid.
second last year. He controls his ball really well. He can putt, he can get up and down. I mean, Jordan Spieth won it his second Masters. His first Masters he got second because he couldn't putt on Sunday. He shot even par, but then he wins it his second year going away. And so I don't know, maybe and I think once you learn that course and where to not hit it and where to hit it just in certain places, and you can control your ball like he has the ability to do. I like him a lot. I always like Lowry here.
I love him. What a great
Yeah.
guy too. Always with the fans for photos, and I stayed with his caddy there actually last time I was there. What a good guy. I root for those guys. I hope they close and actually make it. A lot of these guys like Jordan, I don't know. They got so much money and so many candles on the cake. I don't know if they'll do it, but no, I just wanted to know.
I mean, I think everybody would love to see Rory win.
Playing real well.
Yeah,
no value there. There's just no value on him though.
No, he's playing really good. The problem, the narrative on Rory and Augusta is he hits the ball too high, his wedges, his putting isn't his strength. And so that's what Augusta is, right? You have to hit it into those greens in the right quadrant and you have to be able to putt. So, what we really like, all the guys in the office here, we kind of been chirping about it and maybe made a little wager on Bryson to win it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm going to break him up.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. All right, so listen. Now,
Get some
our
odds
co-host,
with him.
my co-host here, Jon Orlando.
We got good odds with him.
Marcus, I'm trying to bring Tony Orlando down there. So we may have Tony Orlando coming with us, and I know he gets a discounted rate too. So good deal.
Well, yeah, because we'll tie a yellow ribbon around the old
I love it.
Hey, thanks for jumping on here, Marcus. Look forward to see you, buddy. AzaleaHospitalityHouse.com, 205 Masters. Marcus, he's the man with the tickets and the connections down in Augusta. Thank you, buddy. Hey, guys, we'll catch you.
Bye, guys.
We'll catch you. We'll catch you next week on Wise Kracks, and looking forward to it. I'll do a show from down there. I'll bring back Randy a new hat, and John and Randy some shirts if you want. You got it. Thanks, guys. See you guys later.
Thanks, Craig.